Testing, testing, one, two, three. Testing, testing, one, two, three. Test. All right, we're gonna get ready to start in about a good 4 minutes. So we'll be getting ready to start soon. Got a little background music here. Before we start, I want, I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving weekend, and looks like we have 30 days left until 2025 is comes to a close. It's wild. This year, I'm not sure if everybody else noticed it, but this year has flown by so fast. So, but you know what? We're just gonna get ready to get at it. Um, of course, I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. This is another Monday rant and discussion. I happen to be House that Speaks, coming to you live from the Chi-Town, Chicago. For those who are listening in or checking us out on either YouTube, Facebook, on X, thank you so much for coming through. Weekly we have these discussions regarding either DJ gear or the DJ industry or the underground dance industry, things of that nature. We try to pack a lot of things in. I usually try to find a subject, topic, and then address it to you guys. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I'll be doing another Monday rant and discussion. So let me show. Hold on for 1 second. Apologies for that. Let me show my face here. What's up, everyone? Thank you so much again for coming through. Um, Today, the subject matter popped up to me. I saw this on a post. I'm not sure if it was on Facebook or Instagram, but I'm certain it probably was on Instagram, and it was talking about DJs. You know, should have the mindset of our athletes out there, especially when it comes to pricing, our worth, pricing, you know, the time that we spend on the DJ booth, no matter what kind of gig it entails. It could be, a wedding, an event, it could be a corporate event, it could be a festival, it could be a rooftop. No, it doesn't matter the event. As DJs, especially those who's actually playing out, in these particular events, should be mindful of how they price themselves because it's important to let those people who's hiring know what they're getting from you, and to make certain that they're getting their money's worth. Okay, so that's very important. So we're going to tackle that today. So let's get with the presentation. Okay, okay. Why I think DJs are like athletes and why you need to raise your price. Now, I'm sure this topic is not going to be a favorable one, and especially the way things are in the economy and, and how in the state of clubs, nightclubs, and venues that are closing and stuff like that. So I'm certain that this particular topic won't be the most favorable one to do. But if you are a DJ, and especially if you are playing out in gigs, this should be important to you. And if you are a DJ slash producer, this should be extremely important to you because now you're putting music out there, which means that you're getting more notoriety, more eyes, more ears. There's going to be more promoters and the like will be searching for you and want you to play at their events, which means you're going to have to negotiate price. You know, what are you worth? How much do you charge per, when you go out into these gigs? So, I'm just going to, you know, throw down on different ways of making sure that you are pricing yourself properly. So you will be satisfied and those who hire will be satisfied. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so it's going to take a lot of time because I'm going to be also using my little screen to get things going. So bear with me for just a moment because I want to make sure I read this out to you. Okay, DJs and athletes might appear to live in two different worlds, but the grind, discipline, and performance demands are remarkably similar. And that is true. Just think about it, my fellow DJs. The time you spent on your craft, the practices, the searches of music, how to put a set together, how to create a playlist, how to create an experience when you're about to get ready to play on whatever venue, how to even researching the venue, researching the area that you plan, because certain areas of the world might play a certain genre, other than others. So you need to be aware of that. So all those things factor into the grind and things that you do to prepare yourself. I mean, just like an athlete, a football player, the practices that he has to do, the drills that he has to run, and not only that, the amount of hours he spent on the gym, his nutrition, and also probably, the time they spent, as far as physical therapy and massages and things of that nature, everything that gets, to get his body and also his mental prepared for that particular game, So think that's what you have to think of that way. Now, if you're a DJ, you're not just playing music. Always remember that. We're not jukeboxes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? We bring more to the table than that. Okay? You're training, conditioning, and strategizing and delivering high energy performances on command. And that's precisely why most DJs should be charging more. That is like we bring an experience. We're not just putting tracks together and just playing music. I mean, you can listen to that on the radio. You can listen to that on the privacy of your home. But when you're going to a event and you actually seeing a DJ, and especially a DJ that you admire, someone that you are a fan of, that you have been following, you want the experience of that particular DJ. And that DJ has to deliver that experience to you. Otherwise, he's not doing his job, and he shouldn't be getting paid for the job that he's doing. If he's not giving you the experience that you are looking for. So that is key. Next slide. Okay. Yes, DJs should be training like athletes. That means we should be practicing our craft. We should be learning new things. We should be learning new ways of mixing, learning new ways of transitioning, learning new ways of dropping on the one, learning new tricks, okay? Learning our equipment, learning how we approach music selection, learning to search for music, learning to find the hidden gems, not to be looking for music just to be playing, and not to be looking for music, to try to please whoever as far as getting the top 10 and the top 20 that's probably in your beatport on your track source. We're talking about looking for the burial ground, the hidden gems, those those um, those tracks that no one heard of from a producer no one heard of. Those are the ones we want to dig and bring those out to the surface. Okay. Now, athlete drills, fundamentals, DJs do too. Fundamentals is important. Okay. Behind every smooth transition, flawless blends, or creative routine are hours of practice, crate digging, and skill development, just like I was saying. A great set is the result of repetition and discipline, just like a great game. Like I was saying before, the preparation of an athlete that coincides with the preparation of a DJ. You know, I know, as a matter of fact, there's one DJ in particular that comes to mind. His name is Javon Evans. Javon Jackson. I apologize for that, Javon. And he mentioned that he practices at least 2 hours daily. Okay, now he is a, excuse me, let me get some water here. Now he is a known established DJ, but yet he finds the time to practice 2 hours, 2 hours a day. That's the dedication and discipline that he has. And also, that's how he loved and honed in his craft. And that's the mindset every DJ must have. And especially if you're talking about charging and maybe bumping up your price, you better be able to back up what you saying your price is. Because if you don't back that up, then then you won't get the price that you're asking for. So fundamentals is so important. Practicing is so important. Like I said, track selection and digging for those tracks is so important. That all goes inside to your worth when you stepping up to that promoter or that club owner and y'all negotiating price. Okay. Next slide. Okay. DJs perform under pressure. Yeah, because trust me, when you're all the preparation that you can do and your setup and the way you strategize and in your planning and you could be playing a certain set, something always goes awry. Something always happens. It happens to me, and it's been cases where, I had a certain genre mix in mind, and then I plugged in my USB, and for some reason, this is after it's been analyzing things of that nature. For some reason, no music's coming off that USB. So I have to do an audible and change my USB. And then that means I also have to change my thought process when when it comes to the set that I want to present. That happens. So, you know, now when athletes step into the field, they must be mentally and physically prepared. That's important. Okay, when DJs step into the booth, okay, we are expected to keep energy high, read the room, and deliver a performance that makes or breaks the event. That's what we are getting paid to do. Okay? We are here to give an experience to those who's out there coming to see us play. And even if they don't know who we are, that we might not be the DJ that when our name might not be familiar, but we want to make certain that by the time we get off that DJ booth, they will not forget who we are. And that all coincides to what you do before you hit those booths, how well you prepare yourself. What track selection what track selection did you use? Does the track selection coincide with the crowd? If you read in the crowd, do you have an audible? Do you have a second and third contingency, just in case the crowd that you're seeing is not coincide with your first track, your first set of tracks? Then that means you have to use and make it audible and do a second track set of tracks. Always planning, always strategizing, always thinking, always visualizing. You never want to get caught, you know, behind the eight ball. Not good luck for you, and it's definitely not good luck for those who hire you. Okay. I think I said enough on that one. Next slide. Okay. DJs invest heavily into their craft. Oh my goodness. That's the one thing I have told, and I still repeat this time and time again to even people that's outside, of me talking here on YouTube specials. If you want to do this, just know that it is a investment. Okay, you're going to have to invest heavily to get some skin in the game. Okay, now at least invest in gear, coaches, and conditioning. Now what we invest in controllers, mixers, computers, music, pools, lighting, backups, repairs, software, streaming platforms, and more. Okay, and trust me, what I listed down here is pretty much everything that I have done. Well, yes, lighting too, because I have invested a little on the lighting here in my little area that I do my live stream. So I do that. So and the cost of staying sharp is high. Yes, but that's why you should make sure that when you're presenting yourself to a promoter or a venue, let them keep that in mind. Hey, I've invested myself preparing myself to play at your gig. What I'm asking should reflect on my investment in this as a DJ. And once you present it that way and have the mindset of presenting it that way, you you should not be questioned. Okay? You should not be questioned by anyone who wants to hire you. Just keep that in mind. Next slide. Okay, DJs work on stamina and endurance. Okay. Now they may have some things on here, but I'm gonna add something to this as well because I also think that a caveat should be added as well. Most sets are 2 to 4 hours. That is true. Some can be longer, depending on the caliber of DJ. Okay, that's physical demand. Standing, mixing, focusing, engaging with the crowd. The same endurance mindset athletes need during long games, matches, or training sections. And I'm going to add something else when it comes to stamina and endurance. Your health and wellness needs to be factored in this. Why? Because if you're a DJ and you're not in good shape, it's going to show, especially the amount of standing, the amount of movement, the amount of things that we have to do behind the booth and behind the decks. It's important that you should be mentally and physically correct. I for one can contest to that because I changed everything as far as my health and wellness, and as a result, I went from 215 and I weigh 190 pounds now, and it's been a big change, and it showed how I perform now as a DJ. Now I have the stamina and endurance. I can play 2 4 hour sets, maybe maybe longer, without being winded, without being tired, and still have energy in reserve. That's the other part of being DJ, in which some DJs don't factor in. Your health and wellness should be coincide with your preparation as a DJ. Period. It should. That means joining a gym or creating or having a home gym, or you can do light workouts, or you can do workouts that doesn't have weights. Myself, I do calisthenics, and I've been doing it for months and a time. I follow the regimens of my younger brother, and it has worked wonders for me. And I will continue to do it because it has helped me not only lose the weight, but it helped me now it's helping me maintain, and I'm slowly building muscle and all those things, which helping my stamina and endurance. So I just want to put that out there. Next slide. Yes, we DJs deliver experience, not just music. That's why I said this before. We are not jukeboxes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we do more and we bring more to the table than that. Okay, now at least entertain, and so we do. We are entertainers as well. Don't let no one tell you different. We are entertainers. Okay, when we perform, people remember the energy, the vibe, the movement, the moment of excuse me. They're paying for the atmosphere, the experience, the expertise, the emotional connection, and not just a bloody playlist. So don't think just because you're putting a playlist together and you're just playing that playlist out, that's your job as a DJ. No, that is not your job. That is not your job as a DJ. You're not bringing just a list of tracks to play. You are bringing experience. You are bringing vibe. You are bringing moment. You want to give your audience memories. You want to give them an experience they will never forget. You want to make sure when they come out that venue after hearing you play and they dancing and they sweating and stuff like that, they want to say, your set, DJ was on point. My goodness, that's what you want. You want that feeling. So that's why we are important when it comes to music, because we bring experience. We're not just playing tracks. Like I said, they got radio stations and satellite stereo and all that stuff for that. That's not what we're here for, and that's not what we bring, especially after the hard work and investment we put in. Keep that in mind. Next slide. Now, since you are a performer, you do deserve a performance pay. Now, let me say this on that. I'm gonna say this again. Because a DJ is a performer, you deserve a performer's pay. Okay? Because if you are delivering required training, investment, discipline, endurance, and the ability to perform under pressure, then your rate should reflect the level of performance needed. Okay, and here's the thing I want to hear. Too many DJs undercharge, undercut because they're afraid of losing the gig. But when you understand that your value is closer than an athlete or performer, than a service provider, you realize. And that is true. We're performers, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we do. When we are on the boots, when we playing that music, we sweating and we getting the crowd going and the crowd is feeling it and we're moving and grooving and we're doing all the things. We are actually performing, and we're performing a service to not only the venues that hire us, to the people who participated, spend their money to see us. Thus, the rate that we charge should reflect that. Never, ever, ever undercut and undercharge yourself. And if you're not sure what a DJ should charge, especially if you're an upcoming DJ and you got your first gig and you want to negotiate, just ask other DJs or do your research on it. And then you can determine how much you should charge. But like I said, never undercut yourself. Next slide. Okay. Because, see, here's the bottom line. Okay. If DJs operate like athletes, okay, mentally, physically, and creativity, then DJs deserve to be paid like athletes, fairly, professionally, and confidently. Raise your price. Your skills, your practice, and your performance are worth it. So, in case you're having second thoughts of raising your price, don't have a second thought. Do it. Because of the time, the effort, and the investment you put in, you are worth every penny. I'm going to say that one more time. The time, the effort, and the investment that you put in as a DJ, and especially if you're a DJ and producer, the amount that you are offering is worth that amount. Do not be afraid to present it. Because trust me, these venue owners and promoters, they're gonna try you. Why? Because they're trying to get the most out of and line their pockets. And if they can get you less and and add more in their pocket, they will do it. And it's not them being shisty or things of that nature. It's just business. That's why you have to treat what you do as a business. A la treat it as you were an athlete, a professional athlete. Let me make that clear. Okay? I think that should be it. Let me see. Yep, that is it. Let me get back here. Okay. I hope I explained this to you. I hope you guys got the gist of it. Make sure you sound off in the comments and let me know what you think. You know, was I a little off base? Did I hit the mark? You know, is there things that I should have said or maybe should not have said? Or maybe, if you're a DJ and experience, being at a venue and you want to charge a certain price and you wasn't sure what to charge, let me know how you approach that. And you don't have to tell me the amount and stuff like that. That's your business. Just tell me how you approach that particular predicament. Okay? So, just let you know that the groove guarding, I usually have that every other Tuesday, but since I will be away next week, as a matter of fact, there will be no Monday Night Rants next week, which is I think it's yeah, I know it's Monday Night Rant. There won't be no Monday Night Rants next Monday, but the following Monday there will be one, and I got a good subject for that one too. And as far as to the groove garden, I usually have that every other Tuesday, but since that Tuesday fall on next week and I won't be in town, that's why there won't be no Monday Night Rant. I pushed that particular groove garden to tomorrow, so it will be tomorrow, which is Tuesday, at 5 p.m. Central Time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I got some deep house and some soulful for that one. So hope you guys will check me out and enjoy. You just check me out. It will be on Twitch, X, and Mixcloud Line Live. Just check out. I will be posting those probably tomorrow. But you can check out my socials, and then you can find me there. But this is House That Speaks, coming to you live from the Chi-Town, Chicago, wishing everyone peace and love, and enjoy the rest of your week. I'm out.